Has there ever been a sequel that has been considered better than the first film? Well, when I was a kid, I thought that film was Superman 2. Of course, I was a kid, but as you get older and you begin to see the more flaws in the film. But do I still think the film is still good? Yes, I do. Superman 2 takes place after the events of Superman 1, where Superman, played by the always charismatic Christopher Reeve, saves Paris from a hydrogen bomb. And when he tosses the bomb in space and it explodes, he unwittingly frees the three Kryptonian supervillains, General Zod, Non, and Ursa, played by Terrence Stamp, Sarah Douglas, and Jack O'Halloran, from the Phantom Zone, who you know from the first film were imprisoned by Jor-El, played by Marlon Brando. And as they head towards Earth, they discover more of their superhuman abilities and are destined to rule. But while all that's going on, unbeknownst to Superman, that he and Lois are falling in love, and once again played by the always witty Margot Kidder. How will this all play out? Well, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this movie, but I don't want to tell you anymore because I feel I'll be telling you the whole movie, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Is Superman 2 a good film? Yes. Is it perfect? Well, no. I didn't know about the behind-the-scenes squabbles. I always thought Richard Donner, who directed the first one perfectly, turned down the offer to do the sequel. But I learned years later that's not what happened. I learned that Superman 1 and 2 were filmed simultaneously together. But production on Superman 2 had to stop to finish the rest of Superman 1. And because of his fights with productions behind the scenes, Richard Donner was fired from Superman 2 and was replaced by Richard Lester. And is Richard Lester a bad director? No, he wasn't. He does all right. I don't think he was as good as Donner. I also learned that Gene Hackman, who plays Lex Luthor in the film, was so upset over the firing of Richard Donner that he left production altogether. So it sort of becomes a debate of who shot what. But, despite all that, Superman 2 was good. I liked Christopher Reeve's portrayal. Not portraying him as a godlike figure, he portrays Superman more as a flawed man with superpowers. He makes him very relatable and makes him that he makes mistakes as just as everybody, that he's not perfect. And Superman later learns would learn the error of his own in his own judgments, that the consequences of his actions really come afoot. Margot Kidder was good as Lois Lane. Gene Hackman, always memorable as Lex Luthor, but the Terrence Stamp as General Zod, very well done, charismatic performance, basically portraying as an evil dictator. Like if Hitler got superpowers, that's how General Zod portrays it. Jack O'Halloran was good as Non, basically the stooge of the group. Sarah Douglas is very good as Ursa, very sexy, menacing portrayal. I mean, here she was the best female villain since Cruella de Vil. The special effects were pretty good, especially back in that time where a superhero battle could be done easily, but back in 1980, it wasn't so easy. I think this film kind of paved the way for future superhero battles. I really believe that. I mean, it was very well done. And like I said, I don't think it was very easy to do it, but they managed to do it with effects they did have. I give Superman 2 a 9 out of 10. Bye bye.